how's it going out there, everybody? Hope everybody's having a great day. Welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Cash, and this is Weekly Recap. I'm going to go over my week of operating a semi-truck for 1 week in the United States. This week is the third week of July 2025. If you're watching this in the future, be sure to slap that like button for me. I'd much appreciate it. What is Weekly Recap? Well, I've been doing this for, 5 or 6 years now. I'm going to go over my week of operating a semi-truck. This is a full 7-day week right here. I'm going to talk all about it. I'm going to tell you the loads I did, why I did them, break down the numbers, and go through everything. I'm leased to an 80-20 split refrigerated carrier. I don't talk about the carrier. It's just not my thing. And that's about it. I like to go Minnesota, out and back, rinse and repeat, same loads over and over and over and over. So I've done every one of these loads. I did 3 loads this week, and I've done every one of these loads before. Nothing new here, just same old, time and again. So let's get into it. First load, Minnesota to Georgia. That's pretty much all I do anymore, Minnesota to Georgia. I ain't complaining, I'm just saying it's what it is. And I would like to reiterate, these numbers are not to brag and they are not to complain. They are just what happened to me for a week. Don't let my numbers upset you somehow. It's just what I did. I'm not asking you to do it. It's what happened to me. It's one person's experience. If you do want to build a business and become an owner-operator, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Lots of information about that. But also, don't base your business just on what I did here, because it's one person's experience, and everybody's experience in trucking is going to be different. I don't care if you work for the same company, drive the same truck, doing the same loads. Everybody's experience is different. So, that's it. So, Minnesota to Georgia. This is actually a different load. This is not the same one I do all the time, over and over and over and over. This was actually picking up on a Friday, and they called me and said, hey, got something a little different for you if you want it. And I said, yeah, I've done all these loads before. They're just not my common loads I do all the time. So, Minnesota to Georgia, 97 empty miles, 1267 loaded miles. Total miles on the first run, 1364, 34 degrees, not my frozen load, 34 degrees, 36,000 pounds, and that load paid $3,600 to run from Minnesota down to Georgia. And then we got down to Georgia, got that load off. Weekend run, Georgia to Louisiana, 51 empty miles, 551 loaded miles. That was an overnight run right there. I think that picked up on, if I remember correctly, that picked up on a Sunday afternoon and delivered Monday morning. So, a little bit more miles than I like on an overnight run, but it had some time in it, and also the receiver basically has a staging lot, so you just show up as soon as you can get there. So that's what we did. Like I said, 51 empty miles, 551 loaded, 602 total. So a full 600-mile overnight run, whew, that's a little much for me. Like I say, I'm too soft for stuff like that. That was a good load, though. 25 degrees, weighed nothing. Like, I think it was like 17,000 pounds. I forgot to write it down on here. Light load, I liked it, whatever. That load paid $1,300, so a little over $2 a mile, all miles. And that's just kind of where we're at right now. So I did it, and that's what I do. And then from Louisiana, I ran back over to Mississippi, and Mississippi back to Minnesota. Done this load so many times, it's unbelievable. 91 empty miles on that, 1263 on the loaded miles, for a total of 1354 on that load. 60 degrees, 38,000 pounds, and that load paid $2,350. So that was the 3 loads of the week right there. Minnesota to Georgia, Georgia to Louisiana, Mississippi to Minnesota. And that's a week. That's a lot of running for this guy. Like I said, majority of this, the load from Minnesota to Georgia was actually a daytime running load. I think, I'm trying to remember how all that worked out, but I think it was daytime, and then I delivered and then picked up that night and ran the overnight run. I think's how that went. So, not a bad week, just overnight. I don't like switching from day loads to overnight loads. It kind of throws my sleep schedule off. Like right now, it's early morning and I'm getting ready to go to bed because I'm doing overnight runs right now. This whole week is pretty much overnight runs, the ones I'm currently on, not the one I'm talking about here. But that was the week. Sorry for the rambling there. Back to it. $7,250 total gross revenue, me and my carrier combined. My cut of that $7,250 is $5,800. So total miles 3,320. A lot of miles on this week. It's just what I got to do these days to get that revenue up. I do like a big week like this. I've talked about this before, maybe once a month having a bigger week like this, just to kind of help cover the fixed cost of the week. You know, if you get a bigger gross revenue, it just makes your month look better because you can knock out a bunch of the, the fixed cost with a good week like this. So 3,320 all miles. That's a lot for me. I know everybody else. It's like 450 miles a day. It's a lot of miles to me. I'm soft. I don't want to work that hard. I'll take that 100-mile run that pays like $1,000 if you got them all day. That's all I want. Just that one. 3081 on the loaded miles, 239 empty miles, 7% deadhead. So pretty good in this market. And let's go over the rate per mile now. How much did we make per mile? $2.18 all miles. That's $1.74 to me, my 80% to my business. That's $2.35 a loaded mile. So I really don't know what spot market's doing compared to that, honestly, because I just keep doing these over and over and over. I just don't like the emotional roller coaster of the spot market if I can avoid it. I mean, I'll just be honest with you. That time of my life is kind of set sail. I like, with these runs here, I know where I'm going to get my fuel. I know where I'm going to sleep. I'm currently at a spot right now that I sleep at probably 3 or 4 times a month just because this is the load I leave out of the house. I come here, I take a 10, I get up, I drive to the delivery and go over there and take a break. So it's all nice when it's all planned out and scheduled like that, but you're not going to set the world on fire. I will just be honest with you. It's slow and steady versus, like the tortoise and the hare, story. And this is kind of, this is the tortoise. You're just slow and steady grinding it out. That's what trucking is to me anymore. Let's go over the fixed cost. Excuse me. Let's go over the variable cost. Been up all night trucking. Never mind that. Variable cost, $12.82 on diesel. Diesels continues to go up. Get the best discounts I can is all I can do. $2.06 on reefer, $56 on DEF fluids, $9 on tolls, $0 on parking, $0 on scales. Oh yeah, that makes $15.53 total variable cost. Not a bad week for all that running. The Peterbilt's pretty fuel efficient. I don't know. I mean, to me, it's a blend of fuel efficiency and, comfortability, I guess you would say. So bring over the 5,800, my 80%, subtract out the 1553, and that leaves me $4,247 left to do what I have to do with. And out of that, you would need to calculate in truck, if you got a trailer, insurance, taxes, all that. You got to pay yourself. You got to pay, keep your business running, all that. I don't go over all that, everybody. If you've been watching this long enough, you know I just don't go over the fixed cost of it because everybody's fixed cost is so different. Just got a new insurance for the next year, and it went up a little bit, not much. Actually, it went down last year, so I'm kind of back to where I was 2 years ago, basically, within a couple dollars. So, wish it would have continued to go down. You know, you think if you continue to, not have claims and not have tickets and operate safely, insurance might go down a little bit, but it's not the way it works anymore, it seems. So, got a little reprieve last year. They took it back this year, kind of on level ground from more, like I said, 2 years ago. I think on a yearly basis, I'm within like $40 of where I was 2 years ago. So, it is what it is. Try to pay that up. Try to make everybody happy with the insurance, and yet they still get you every time. I always say, if I had it to go back and do it again, I'd get in the insurance industry because it's basically a legalized shakedown as far as I'm concerned. I mean, they pay the politicians to make it where everybody's got to have it. You know, it's a good racket to be in. I'd rather be in insurance than banking, honestly. I would, because banking, hell, you can go anywhere, you can do anything with banking, but you got to have insurance. They control the world, let's face it. So that's my opinion. Thanks for sticking around for the rant there at the end. But that's the week. Good week. I'm going to continue to do these. It's just what it is these days. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you could, smash that like button. Leave me a comment. I try to answer and read as many of them as I can. Thank you very much. Join me on Facebook if you're on Facebook. I'm over there now. And thanks for watching, everybody. Take care of each other out there. And remember, people are more important than trucking. Hi, I want to talk to you real quick about the ES Advantage card. Do you need discounts at major truck stop chains? They got them. Do you need discount on shop rates at TA and Love's? They got them. Tire discounts. They even got health insurance now. Click the link down below. Easy application, no credit check. Sign up. They give you a call back, take all your information, and you'll be in the network. Hi, let me introduce you to Zero Breeze. It's a portable air conditioner. It is lightweight. It is very convenient. Take this with you everywhere you go. 5,280 BTUs of cooling power right in the palm of your hand. Run it off its battery or two batteries. It's up to you. Or you can run it straight off your truck's inverter and your truck batteries. Use my link below to save money and not idle that truck.